If you sell precision ag, VisionWorks can help you increase your sales and also eliminate blind spots for your customers. VisionWorks would like to show you how you can increase camera durability, resolution, and lower your dealer cost.
Hi, my name is Matt Culler, and I'm in charge of the day-to-day operations here at Ag Info Tech. I'm going to talk a little bit about service revenue and how that has evolved for us in the past several years. When you look at our expansion, we've added a couple salesmen in the last 3 years, and we're spread out over a much larger part of the state and actually into Pennsylvania. So in order to service all the extra sales, it's taken a lot of extra people, extra fleeted trucks, equipment, that kind of thing. So the need for service revenue just to handle all the extra sales is there. With the complexity of the GPS equipment that's out there, the growers need that additional level of support. There's constant a need just for updates on the equipment. As we install new equipment, there's setup time that's needed and just training. Parts, there's so many different parts that are breaking down that need to be serviced. You start looking back to, we've been selling equipment for, Tim's been in business since the late 90s. We're still servicing some of that equipment that's been out there. So when you look at the necessity for some of the older stuff, in addition to all the new stuff that's being sold, it just takes a lot of people, a lot of equipment to help maintain that, and the need is there. That equipment's still running, it's making these growers efficient. They know that they need it, but they also need it to work, and they need it to work, that day when they're in the field ready to go. And so it's very necessary for us to be able to pay for that service side of things and generate that service revenue that's needed to continue for us to add the additional equipment and people necessary to handle this larger workload. Yeah, so it's interesting. If you look back, when we first started, you were dealing with just 3 of us, and there wasn't a lot of organization. It was kind of like go do the work and get it billed when we can. We weren't tracking. We tried to jot down the hours and take care of those kind of things, but we just weren't worried about it. But as we evolved and expanded and sales grew, we knew it was necessary. And when Tim implemented AgriVault, now all of our quotes are tracked. Within those quotes, all of the installation is also tracked, so we know when an order arrives here at the shop, and we can stage that, and we know when to schedule jobs, and we can track that whole process all the way through AgriVault from the time the order's placed to the time that it's installed, and then that can get marked as completed right away, and we can continue to go back and look at that information. And then we also have the service side, so when we have issues arise, those issues can be tracked in that service side, so we know when they need to be done and who to delegate, and just making sure that all that stuff, we can stay on top of what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and of course the billable hours that go with that. So obviously we're able to just do a better job for the grower, making sure that we're getting there timely. A lot of times, before a tracking process, we may forget when they called, or there's just no way to track what the problem was. And so this has just allowed us to do a much better job, a much more efficient job. I think organizing the day-to-day activities, when you are trying to just do it all from memory and have no written plan, AgriVault allows us to know when jobs are going to be done and the areas that those jobs can be done, so we can kind of line up several jobs, maybe in a day's time in a certain region, that we can, instead of up and down the road back and forth and passing jobs that we could have hit when we were right there. So it's just really streamlined the whole process.